sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. Okay, man, let's talk a little bit of boxing real quick. Talk about Deontay Wilder blasting Showtime commentary for his first fight with Tyson Fury. But first, got some news on Gervonta, Tank Davis, and Leo Santa Cruz, so let's get into it. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Want to make a donation to the channel, Cash App, PayPal in the description. Best way to donate is just to share the video for your boy. But, Leo Santa Cruz and Gervonta Davis added for May. I mean, May will be a packed month of boxing if everything goes well. You got Teofimo Lopez and Lomachenko May 30th. Canelo possibly versus Billy Joe or Callum Smith May 2nd. May 9th, you have Miguel Burchett taking on Oscar Valdez. And also now you can add Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz Showtime pay-per-view is what I'm hearing. They still going to proceed with Tank, even though Tank is going through what he going through yesterday, or I think it was yesterday he pled not guilty to what happened with his baby moms. If you didn't know, they went to the back and allegedly he did some more things to her in the back. And then, right around the same time, his ex-girlfriend and Floyd Mayweather ex-girlfriend, Yaya, he threatened to take her out the game on her live. So most of that should show up in the evidence. So I don't know if he's going to be cleared or what's going to happen, or he just going to be fighting the case. Those cases take time to materialize. So, he should be good. But it sounds like it's just a distraction. But he made his return to Twitter, and as well, hopefully, he get through it. But they said his baby mama did cooperate with the Miami Police Department. So for people saying that if she don't cooperate, they don't have a case, either way, they got a case. The case is just more thorough if she cooperates. But May, they talking about in May, Showtime pay-per-view, so it won't be Fox pay-per-view. Floyd Mayweather has a loyalty to Showtime and Stephen Espinoza. This is the reason why Gervonta don't really fight off of Showtime. And if Floyd do come back versus Conor McGregor or Khabib, it will be Showtime has the first dibs on it. And Fox may outbid them for those fights. But I'm hearing Showtime, is most likely going to be on Showtime pay-per-view. But Tank and Leo Showtime pay-per-view heard possibly in the LA area. So you're probably looking at Staples or something like that. I don't even see a smaller venue that they would do it at. I guess they would think maybe the Coliseum. I doubt it. Or somewhere on the campus UFC. I don't think the Microsoft Center is big enough. That's kind of set up like Radio Music City Hall with a stage and then with an auditorium style. But I heard the fight is going to be at 130 pounds. So they expect Gervonta to come down to 130. Now somebody on the live yesterday had an interesting take saying that Leo only wanted at 130 because he know he going to retain his belt. Because Gervonta not going to make the weight regardless, so it's really a win-win situation for him. But he still holds his belt at 126 pounds anyway. See, when you Mexican or you got the complexion for the protection, they won't strip you. They'll let you hold two different belts at two different weight classes. You know what I'm saying? And it won't order Leo to fight a mandatory. So they're going to pay the way. And boxing is nothing but politics. So, they get it on at 130 because Gervonta make 130. If they hire him a strength and conditioning coach or Leonard Ellaby do a strength and conditioning, I don't see why he can't make 130. But he did barely just make 135. Calvin Ford, his coach, said he tried to make the weight on his own, and that's why he missed the weight. So if he take it serious and he get a strength and conditioning coach and he make the weight on his with some assistance, he should be good. I think he looked a lot better, being with Kevin Cunningham. But he want to train in Baltimore. He want to train with Calvin. Let him do that. But, another pay-per-view. So you possibly got two pay-per-views in the month of May. I heard Lomachenko and T.O. could be at a reduced price. And Floyd ain't reducing nothing for Tank. So Tank and Leo going to be $80. And they won't get no play from me over here. I'm not supporting that fight. Two dudes that refuse to fight the best. Leo still refused to fight Gary Russell. Yesterday he said Gary Russell, he told Marcos Villegas that from Fight Hub TV that Gary Russell will probably price himself out. So, part of me wish Tank get prosecuted where he can't fight, So Leo had to fight Gary, but guess what? He ain't going to fight him regardless. he gonna push the narrative that Gary pricing himself out. So it's the Duck Bowl, the Duck Fest. You know what I'm saying? I ain't supporting this shit, man. This shit is sad, man. I mean, if you pay $80 for this, you truly an idiot. You know what I'm saying? You truly an idiot. I don't care what people say, man. I'm not supporting none of these dudes that's ducking that smoke blatantly. You know, I can't support them, bro. But, you know, I think, you know, Leo might have a chance due to the weight, but I don't think he can handle Gervonta power. Gervonta got real, almost A level power at 130. But if he struggle with Leo like he did Gamboa, I don't think people gonna say he was exposed. You know what I'm saying? So it's a big fight for Gervonta. You know, just kind of erase the downfalls and kind of the chinks in his armor he had versus Gamboa. But Leo can win. Leo long. Leo can throw a lot of punches. If Leo can survive the first 6 rounds and go and take Tank deep into deep waters, you know, he got a chance. But, you know, people say, well, Leo don't have a punching power, but neither did Gamboa, and he was able to survive. It's just if Leo can take the punishment that you know, Gervonta can dish out, and then if he can kind of wear Gervonta down and Gervonta get tired, he really can step up his output. So, you know, it's an interesting fight. It's a fight that Tank should win, but no way, shape, form, and fashion this should be on pay-per-view. In no way, shape, form, and fashion would I support this. Not at all. You know, but I expect Tank to win this fight, but going down to 130, I think get a fight more intrigue. But either way it go, Leo gonna be a title holder, so it's a win-win for him. He lose at 30, he still got a title at 26. They gonna let him hold. If he win, you know, he made a pay-per-view debut, but no way Leo Santa Cruz should be pay-per-view, or Gervonta at this point. I think Gervonta got pay-per-view potential, but once again, they just asking the boxing fans to really, really pay for a pay-per-view. If I'm gonna pay for a pay-per-view in May, which I'm not, it'll be Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. If I'm going to go to a fight, it's going to be Lomachenko and Teofimo Lopez. You know what I'm saying? So they done bundled all these fights, you know, with these pay-per-views they got going on. They got Wilder Fury 2, you know, in February. And then you're going to have 2 pay-per-views in May. Then you probably going to have Errol Spence, you know, on pay-per-view. You could have Pacquiao in a separate pay-per-view. You could have, you know, you could have a lot of different pay-per-views. And now they're taking the UFC model where they're just throwing any half-decent fight on pay-per-view hoping that it sell. You know what I'm saying? I see why PBC is losing money through the investors. But, you know, I'm not mad. I'm not mad at it. They can do what they want to do, and this is how they feel that boxing should go. You know, I can't go that way. I'll stream it. You know what I'm saying? I'll talk a little bit about the fight, but I'm not going to go balls to the wall for it. But 130 pounds, LA area, Showtime pay-per-view, Gervonta and Leo still fight. So, like I said, Gervonta got a lot hanging over his head with the case. He got a lot hanging over his head with girlfriend and baby mama drama. He got a lot hanging over his head, you know, with just not being focused. So that opened up the door to kind of give this fight, you know, validity, because you don't know what type of shape Tank gonna come in. And Tank seemed not to be as good as people thought he was. No way he supposed to go almost 12 rounds with a guy on one leg with a blown out Achilles. No way. You know, and I think coming down to 130 might zap his energy and his preparation. You know, had the case hanging over his head. Like I said before, I almost made the same mistake I made with Broner, overrating Tank. I don't think he can beat Lomachenko. Not while Lomachenko, if he get past Teofimo Lopez, he can't beat Teofimo Lopez neither. You know what I'm saying? I don't think he could be Shakur. I don't think he could be Devin Haney. I think I seriously overrated this kid, man. And I seen him not fight nobody. You know, I seen him not fight nobody. Beating Leo Santa Cruz don't make me think he no bigger or better fighter than he was. This is a dude that won, you know, that's moving up from like 26 and 122 pounds and stuff of that nature. Gervonta is probably, you know, he way more overrated than Adrian Broner was. He is probably the most overrated current boxer out there, bar none. Now that Tevin Farmer got knocked off, I think Tevin Farmer and Gervonta was 2 of the most overrated boxers in the sport. And, you know, this is by my calculations. And, you know, I'm ashamed of myself for falling, you know, for it again. But, you know, I thought he had talent, but he's just another overrated fighter. And, you know what I'm saying, Floyd trying to push him. But, you know, we'll see what he do versus Leo. I think him and Leo will be a solid scrap, but it proves nothing to me. It just proves that he beat up another career featherweight or super bantamweight, whatever the fuck Leo started off at. And for Leo Santa Cruz, this proves nothing to me. Just proved that he'd rather get beat up for more money versus Tank than fight Gary Russell. So he never get no respect from me. I'd piss in his face if I had the opportunity to. But hey, with Deontay Wilder, he ripped on the Rich Eisen podcast before the Super Bowl. He ripped Showtime for, their commentary versus Tyson Fury. Now, the commentary the whole night was terrible. Raul Marquez, whatever his name is, they was calling the Adonis Stevenson fight, and they was rooting for Alexander Gosvick that night. And then you get to the Wilder Fury commentary, it was hella atrocious. You know what I'm saying? And maybe one of the reasons he didn't want to go back to Showtime. But, Paulo Malignaggi continued to rip Wilder way after the fight, saying that they robbed Tyson Fury and, Al Bernstein and then the other guy that got the disease. They continued to rip Deontay. So, at the end of the day, people saying that, Wilder should have remained loyal to Showtime and Fox and PBC and shit of that nature. Nah, you loyal to the money. That's why you should have took that DAZN money. You loyal to the money. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the only thing that's gonna be there for you. When everybody not. And they made a lot of bad business decisions with them. As soon as HBO left boxing, Showtime started changing their commentary. I ain't never seen them I ain't never seen a boxing company like PBC root against their house fighter. Not even with Fury and Otto Wallin or some of the fights that Top Rank put on or some of the fights the Zone put on. They'd be rooting for Jaime, and Jaime be getting his ass whooped like he winning. Not Showtime. They straight ripped Deontay Wilder that whole fight. Said he was losing the first 6 rounds. Mayweather went in there and he created that narrative that Deontay didn't win a round. And it really sabotaged Deontay. And Deontay gotta understand, bro, you work for Floyd Mayweather, he jealous of you. And you can't work with nobody or work with or work under nobody that don't want you to be great. And that's what you gotta consider going to Premier Boxing Champions. If you truly want to make the most money, then and that's all you care about, well, Premier Boxing Champions for you. If you want to have a legacy and you want to build something, well, Premier Boxing Champions ain't for you. Floyd Mayweather don't want nobody to be bigger than him. People look at Tank and say, well, Floyd holding Tank back. Floyd holding the whole operation back. You know what I'm saying? The way Floyd is matchmaking Tank, it screams the way PBC is matchmaking the majority of their fighters. And Wilder will never reach his potential with Floyd Mayweather above him. Floyd Mayweather going to have to get out the way for him to reach his potential. And if I'm him, I fire the fuck out of Al Heyman and Shelly Finkel. I fire the hell out of them, and I do a Roy Jones. You know what I'm saying? He big enough to do that. I just work on a fight-by-fight basis. With that right hand, Wilder can do that. With that power. That's what I would do. I'm telling you, Wilder got a lot of stakes on this plane. And Showtime being the biggest one, and Stephen Espinoza talking about Wilder remaining loyal. He should remain loyal to Showtime. They should remain loyal to him. They didn't treat him like the house fighter versus Tyson Fury, and that's unfortunate, man. You know what I'm saying? Because, Wilder could have just stayed on Fox and fought on Fox. Showtime didn't build Wilder momentum. That was fighting on NBC and fighting on regular TV built his momentum up. And they didn't have the decency to put his fight with Dominic Brazil on regular CBS. Why they didn't do him the favor? See, Showtime don't want to be in boxing no way. But Al Bernstein and I forget the other dude name. They got the disease, and Paulo Malignaggi and Jim Gray. Come on. They're going to be out of a job. Paulie could work in the UK, though, but that's what he really is. Paulie committing treason, whatever the hell they call it, espionage, but they're going to be out of a job anyway. Showtime Boxing got to be on this way out unless they just do Showbox, and that's the only thing that they offer. They a farm system, but hey, it is what it is. I'll link that Deontay Wilder interview link in the description of the source link. Tank and Leo sometime in May. It probably going to not be on Canelo fight day. It may be on the 9th. It may be in between that, but it probably won't be on the 30th neither. So I doubt if it's at a reduced pay-per-view price, but I know Leo and Lomachenko going to be at a reduced price out here. But, May 30th, 130 pounds, Showtime pay-per-view. It still will commence. Don't forget we're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out on the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Cash App, PayPal. Appreciate the love, support. Keep sharing the videos. Best way to donate is to share the video. Check out our heavyweight playlist, boxing news, boxing rumor playlist. Appreciate the love, support. One time for the one time. It's your boy CJ Goodfella, Goodfella Sports TV. Be on.